Good morning. Oh my God, it's so great to see you all here. You know, I got a chance to walk around before the ceremony, and not only is this class highly educated, highly acclaimed, but they're really good looking. So let's give a big round of applause for the 2023 graduating class. I'm Steve Fastook. I'm the chair of the Kean University Board of Trustees, and on behalf of all of us at Kean, I want to be the first to extend our deepest congratulations. We are so proud of you. We welcome each of you to Kean University's Graduate Commencement 2023. Today, we celebrate another enormously successful academic year at Kean, and we recognize a truly stellar class of graduates. Now, we have a great program for you, so let's get to it. Okay, one thing though. If you would, please turn the ringers off on those phones. Now, don't turn your phones off because we really want you to shoot videos and photos and publish them and post them. But if you can turn the phones off, we can actually have like a really nice in-person ceremony together. Thank you. Now it is my privilege to declare this 2023 commencement ceremony officially underway. I now ask that all our active service personnel and veterans please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your service. And will everyone else please rise for a moment of silence as we acknowledge our troops who are bravely serving our country at home and overseas. We also remember Akim Asidhu, Samaya Lawton, and Puneet Singh, who were tragically taken away from the Kean community earlier this year, as well as alumni and friends that we have lost. May the memories of our loved ones continue to inspire us to live our best lives. So please, ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence. Thank you. Please remain standing for our national anthem as sung by, you know who's coming. I guess you like her. Layla? Wow. Also performing, with Layla, also performing is American Sign Language student interpreter Natalie Abram. Both of these students are graduating today with a Master's of Arts in Speech Language Pathology.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Layla, that was absolutely amazing. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, please remain standing. Stay with me here. For the invocation is delivered by Reverend William Sheridan, Kean University's campus chaplain.
Lord God, creator of all things, true source of light and wisdom, lofty origin of all being, graciously let a ray of your brilliance penetrate the darkness of our limited understanding. Bless us this day with a strong desire for a knowledge of your truth. Look lovingly upon these graduates. Grant them a deep sense of gratitude for their accomplishments and a continued zeal for learning. Grant them the ability to share their knowledge with a waiting world and a generosity of spirit to be of service to others. We ask, too, for your blessings upon the Kean University community, its faculty, students, administration, staff, and benefactors. May this day, marking the commencement of our graduates, grant also grateful hearts for your profound goodness towards us all. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, please be seated. How's that? Before I introduce our platform guests, I would like to thank our sign language interpreters, Tiffany Mascara and Monica Rodriguez Nativo. Now, before I introduce the platform, there's one person that I have to acknowledge, and she's not out here. She should be. Audrey Kelly, Chief of Staff and Senior Vice President. Audrey is backstage right now making sure this ceremony goes off perfectly. And you know what? That's exactly what she does for Kean every single day. So guys, just give me a big round of applause for Audrey, please. Okay, platform guests. First of all, I want to say this team behind me is one of the most impressive, hardworking, and loyal, dedicated teams I've ever come across in my life. So please, hold your applause till the end if you can. I know there's going to be some people that you just love, but I'm going to start to introduce some platform guests. As I introduce you, please stand and remain standing. Okay, Patrick Ippolito, Associate Professor, Elementary and Bilingual Education. Patrick carries the University Mace today. Matthew Caruso, Vice President, Student Affairs. William Miller, CEO of the Kean University Foundation. You'll get to know Bill. Ed Esposito, President of the Kean Alumni Association, which you're about to join. Father William Sheridan, Kean University's chaplain. James Crowell, 2023 graduate student with distinction. Fatima Samsudin, 2023 graduate student government president. Karen Smith, Vice President for University Relations and Alumni Affairs. Marcia McCarthy, Vice President for Enrollment Services. Kelly Ledette, Executive Director, Kean University Governmental Affairs. Dr. Joseph Youngblood, Senior Vice President for External Affairs. Catherine Gallagher, Senior Vice President for Student Success and Retention and Special Counsel to the President. Andrew Brannon, our Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Sanjay Gray, Senior Vice President for Entrepreneurial Education Initiatives. Dr. Michael Salvatore, Senior Vice President for Administration. Felice Vasquez, Senior Vice President for Planning and Special Counsel to the President. Jay O'Callahan, Vice President and Kean's Chief Online Officer. Dr. David Joyner, Associate Dean, New Jersey Center for Science, Technology, and Mathematics. Dr. Elizabeth Hyde, Associate Dean, College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Derek Swinton, Associate Dean, New Jersey Center for Science, Technology, and Mathematics. Joy Moskowitz, Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Brian Teasdale, Associate Dean, Dorothy and George Hennings College of Science, Mathematics, and Technology. Dr. Tobin Porterfield, Associate Dean for the College of Business and Public Management. Dr. Jessica Adams, Dean, Kean Ocean. David Mahoney, Dean, Michael Graves College. Dr. George Chang, Dean, the Dorothy and George Hennings College of Science, Mathematics, and Technology. Dr. David Birdsell, our Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Keith Bostian, Associate Provost for Science and Technology. Dr. Barbara Reibner, Dean, the College of Education. Dr. Jin Wang, Dean, the College of Business and Public Management. Dr. Jonathan Mercantini, Acting Dean, College of Liberal Arts. Rose Ganella, Associate Dean of the Michael Graves College. Jeremiah Montero, our alternate student trustee, Kean University Board of Trustees. Linda Lewis, our vice chair, Kean University Board of Trustees. Ed Oatman, Kean University Board of Trustees. Ada Morell, past chair for over 10 years, Kean University Board of Trustees. Bertha Little Matthews, Kean University Board of Trustees. Dr. Thomas Bisocci, our secretary, Kean University Board of Trustees. Rahiv Malhotra, Kean University Board of Trustees. Christopher Scalafani, student trustee, Kean University Board of Trustees. And your commencement speaker today, Jody Cantor. Okay, platform, you may be seated. Now, I forgot one person. So I would like to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, the president of Kean University, Dr. Lamont Repollet.
Thank you, Steve. I give a special welcome to our graduates, the family and friends who have come to cheer you on, and of course, keynote speaker Jody Cantor, and our Kean trustees, faculty, administrators, and staff. It's a privilege to gather with all of you to honor our scholars who have dedicated their time, talents, and passion to the in-depth study of their chosen fields. Graduates, I've been impressed by your commitment and focus as you've learned, collaborated, innovated, gaining the skills and expertise you'll need to flourish in your professional lives. Today, we recognize your hard work and enthusiasm. We recognize the professors, advisors, and mentors who guided you through the process, as we recognize the loved ones who supported you through those challenges along the way. Let's have a round of applause for our graduates and everyone who supported them. As a master's or doctorate, you join just 14% of Americans with advanced degrees. Your scholarship conveys the seriousness of your purpose. You know what brought you to this moment and what you want to do next, even if you're still searching for the perfect role. Your degree shows that you live your lives accordingly to Kean's motto, semper discern, or always learning. Your Kean degree will help open doors, especially as our reputation grows on a national and international scale. Most of you were with us in 2021 when Kean made history by being named as New Jersey's first and only urban research university committed to solving problems in underserved communities. This year alone, we received this is when you want to clap. This year, we received over $4 million in federal dollars for projects related to our important research designation. Now, that's something to be proud of. In addition, you witnessed Kean's elevation to professional doctoral university status by the Carnegie Commission on Higher Education, and you played a role in our ongoing efforts to reach Carnegie R2 status. You've seen U.S. News and World Report raise Kean University to the national university status in its best college rankings. I hope you're proud of our progress, and thank you for being part of our incredible journey. Some of you graduate today after completing a 5-year combined master's and bachelor's program at Kean. Others are earning doctorates after traveling educational roads with multiple destinations and maybe a few pit stops along the way. Those, you want to clap to that? You can clap. Because we understand the last few years we've had challenges. Those of you who work full-time or part-time while pursuing your degree know how exhausting it can be to spend nights and weekends in classes and studying consistently over the course of the years. Now, add in financial pressures and the demand of family life, and your accomplishments is even that more remarkable. And let's not forget that many of you were here pursuing your degree during the height of the first global pandemic in living memory. You didn't really need another lesson in resilience, but you got one just the same. A great example of that resilience is Elizabeth Del Pino, who earned bachelor's and master's degrees in speech language pathology at Kean, and then was determined to earn a doctorate while working full-time in her field at Morristown Medical Center. Today, she is a Kean triple alumna whose research will affect the way swallowing assessments are conducted in hospitals. Janelle Barbie holds a special distinction as the first Kean grad to earn a Master's of Science from our Genetic Counseling Graduate Program, established in 2019. Her thesis focused on educating nursing students about sickle cell anemia and addressing bias among medical professionals against people with the disease. Finally, let me introduce you to Kareem McKenzie. If you haven't met this exceptional graduate on campus, you still might recognize his name. After winning 2 Super Bowls with the New York Giants, Kareem traded his football helmet and uniform for a role as a licensed professional counselor for teens struggling with substance abuse. I salute you, sir. So with a PhD in counseling and supervision, Kareem becomes the first in his family to earn a doctorate. I know his father will be proud. Now, this room is filled with hundreds more stories that are just as inspiring. I couldn't be prouder than what you've made those contributions at Kean, and that we will always be able to grow with you, support you, and help you succeed. At Kean, a commitment to justice, fairness, and inclusivity is the backdrop to everything we do. As you leave, you will have a chance to embody that philosophy in a world increasingly divided by fear and ignorance. As analytical thinkers, you're uniquely qualified and prepared to find truth among the chaos of political spin and to speak out for justice. The great Maya Angelou once said, "I encourage you to live with life. Be courageous, adventurous, give us a tomorrow more than we deserve." See, that's a doctrine we encourage at Kean, and I hope it rewards you not just with a livelihood, but with a life, one that's meaningful and fulfilling. As you embark on a new journey in life, I wish you Godspeed, and once again, congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Dr. Repillette. You know, at Kean University, we're a family. Now, I know all of you have formed bonds that will last a lifetime. Please enjoy the following presentation that celebrates your achievements at Kean, as well as all the special people you've met along the way.
The day that I met you, the world had just spit me out. On my way to the bottom, sure I'd never be found. Then you saw me for me, made me believe in myself. On the day that I met you, it all turned around. You said close your eyes, don't look down. Fall into me and I'll catch you, darling. We'll dance in the street like nobody's watching. It's just you and me, and the song will repeat in my head, playing over and over. I'm drunk on your voice, high on the moment. I thought for you twice. If that's what you wanted, I'd give you my life from now till forever. I'm falling in love with you over and over again. Until I had met you, there's no sun in my sky, no mirrors for monsters, and no love inside. Then you walked down those stairs and I knew my heart wasn't mine. On the day that I met you, my whole world came alive. You said close your eyes, I got you now. Fall into me and I'll catch you, darling. We'll dance in the street like nobody's watching. It's just you and me, and the song will repeat in my head, playing over and over. I'm drunk on your voice, high on the moment. I fall for you twice. If that's what you wanted, I'd give you my life from now till forever. I'm falling in love with you over and over again. I'm falling in love with you. I'm falling in love with you. I'm falling in love with you over and over. I'm falling in love with you over and over. Fall into me and I'll catch you, darling. Let's dance in the streets like nobody's watching. It's just you and me, and the song will repeat in my head, playing over and over. I'm drunk on your voice, high on the moment. I fall for you twice. If that's what you wanted, I'd give you my life from now till forever. I'm falling in love with you over and over again. Fall into me and I'll catch you, darling. Let's dance in the streets like nobody's watching. It's just you and me, and the song on repeat in our heads.
How do you follow that? Bravo. You know, it's a powerful presentation and a reminder that even as you embark on your next chapter, all of us and all of your friends at Kean will always be there and always be a resource for you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage Ada Morell from our Kean University Board of Trustees.
Good morning, everyone. Muy buenos días a todos. And I am so happy and so excited and honored to introduce your commencement speaker. It is extremely fitting that Jody Cantor will address you today. In an era when there are countless sources for news, many of which are more geared to profit-making than fact-finding, integrity in journalism is vital. Issues of gender, technology, politics, culture, and power dominate what you see in traditional media and on social media. So it has never been more important to ensure that those who have incredible power use it responsibly. In October 2017, New York Times reporters Jody Cantor and Megan Twohey broke the story of Harvey Weinstein's decades of sexual abuse allegations. Their work helped ignite the Me Too movement, shift attitudes, and spur new laws, policies, and standards of accountability around the globe. Together with a team of colleagues who exposed harassment across industries, they were awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Public Service, which is journalism's highest award. For their groundbreaking investigative work, Cantor and Twohey also received a George Polk Award, the McGill Medal for Journalistic Courage from the University of Georgia, and honors from the Los Angeles Press Club and the Canadian Journalism Foundation. Many journalists would have been content with those monumental achievements, but Cantor knew this story was too important to fade after a few news cycles. She and Twohey built on their initial investigation on Weinstein and sexual harassment in a New York Times best-selling book entitled She Said, Breaking the Sexual Harassment Story, which also became a major motion picture. Before the Weinstein investigation, Cantor's reporting created waves across other fields. Her inquiry into Starbucks' use of automated scheduling system exposed a widespread detrimental effect on workers. Cantor's journalism spurred company-wide changes and helped launch a national fair scheduling movement. Following her and David Streitfeld's investigation into punishing practices at Amazon's corporate headquarters, Amazon changed its human resources policies by introducing paternity leave and eliminating its employee ranking system. Cantor's article detailing Harvard Business School's attempt to change its climate for women provoked a national conversation about women in business schools. Additionally, her report on working mothers and breastfeeding inspired two readers to create the first freestanding lactation suites for nursing mothers. The innovation is now available in hundreds of airports and stadiums. Because of Jody Cantor's remarkable efforts, the work environment many of you are about to enter will be filled with greater fairness, accountability, and respect. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming your 2023 commencement speaker, Jody Cantor.
Thank you so much to the faculty, administration, trustees, and most importantly, the graduates of Kean University. Listen, I know it's customary to begin a commencement speech by saying how honored you are to give it. And I'm sure that every year the speakers mean that very sincerely. But today, standing here on your graduation day in May 2023, this is a special privilege. And that is because it's hard to think of a generation of students who have been through more than this one. A few years ago, you set out to build new futures and new knowledge through graduate school, but instead, all of us ended up in a different kind of school together, the school of the pandemic. We all ended up with PhDs we never wanted in swab tests. We did social experiments we never wanted to conduct on how long kids can go without playmates and whether it's possible to learn by Zoom. Some of us became social workers during tense family arguments about whether it was safe to celebrate Thanksgiving, attend a bridal shower, or plan a children's birthday. Teachers and administrators who were already world-class experts in planning and worrying were forced to plan and worry 10 times more than ever before. The thing that makes the struggle of this period so hard to comprehend is that it was universal. You know, usually when we express sorrow and empathy, it's to one person or one family or one group. We say, "I'm so sorry your dog died," or "I hope your mom and dad are okay during your sister's cancer treatments." We know how to talk about problems one unit at a time. But here in the spring of 2023, I think we're still struggling with the enormity of what happened to all of us 3 years ago, when many of you were close to the start of your graduate journeys, because we don't have a language for saying, hey, society just went through the unimaginable, every last one of us. So I just want to start by giving true thanks today and saying, we are here in this auditorium. We made it. Every person in this room, not just the graduates, has done something remarkable to push through. Just 10 days ago, the World Health Organization said that the public health emergency of the pandemic is officially over. So for that, will everybody here please give themselves a hand? Graduates, if this virus had never existed, if you had only been through the normal course of studies, if you had merely worked hard and learned new things and practiced and honed and written and calculated, we would celebrate you anyway. But for what you did, the faith and commitment you showed, the belief and knowledge and facts, the stubborn attachment to the idea of a better future, today deserves to be sublime. Today you win. We want you to have standing ovations, bouncy castles, champagne and ice cream, a sense of heightened happiness, comfort, and security. Today is your day off from worrying about the future. I want today to feel like your dearest friend, your favorite song, and the best party of summer all rolled into one. But even as you celebrate, you also face a question of what you're going to do with all this knowledge and experience that no one ever wanted, but that you gained during the pandemic. When you set out in grad school, you had ambitions of becoming professionals, business leaders, healthcare experts. And yet because of the pandemic, you ended up with this extra layer of knowledge about emergencies, fortitude, loss, and struggle. This knowledge can't just get pushed back to the back of the drawer of life, along with a half-used box of masks and some expiring swab tests. It's too valuable. So today I would like to tell you about some people I've known, both in my life and in my work, who may be able to help you decide in some small way what to do with this experience. These are some of the most admirable people I've ever known, because each of them took some horrible experience and turned it into something meaningful and strong and true. I know they've aided me on my own journey through life, and perhaps they can do a little bit of the same for you. So the reason I'm a journalist is because I believe in the power of stories. My grandparents are Holocaust survivors. I was born almost 30 years to the day after they were liberated from Nazi camps. The world I come from is one of trauma, of refugees, of trying to hold on when even the worst has happened. I think I eventually became a journalist because I spent my childhood surrounded by people with numbers on their arms and steeped in questions like, what really happened back then? How could something like this have possibly occurred? Why didn't anyone stop it? Of the survivors, who is willing to tell their story? My family spent the past few years wondering how long we would have my grandmother. My grandfather died years before, and we worried about her health during the pandemic. She turned 97, 98, 99, and every year it became a little more like owning a car that could fly. The gift of her presence was so great it almost didn't make sense. I would go to her little house in Queens, and time would bend, and I would wonder if passerby realized that that dilapidated brick house was actually a portal to a vanished world. Against the vastness of the Holocaust, the curtain of premature death, why had my grandmother been granted ultra survival? And also, how did someone who had suffered so much come to experience so much joy? The person I knew who had lost the most was also the happiest person I knew. Years after she vanquished the Nazis, my grandmother also largely defeated her own feelings of trauma, depression, and despair. This is not because she had some sort of light ride through the Holocaust. Her worst stories were very bad. She didn't recover with the help of mentors because there were none. When she was liberated from the camps in her early 20s, almost all of the older people in her community had been murdered. She had no education to speak of, and I don't think she ever went to a single therapy session. So where did that happiness come from? To start, she made up her own rules about how to live from scratch. Social convention meant zero to her because the people and society that would have taught her things had been destroyed. So she did as she pleased. Years ago, after my husband and I were engaged, a generous uncle of his threw us a beautiful engagement dinner in Chicago that my grandmother attended. It was at a wood-paneled club at the nicest hotel in town, and the entrees were served with great ceremony by tuxedoed waiters who had a trick of simultaneously lifting silver domes off the plates to reveal the food with a flourish. At the climactic moment, as the waiters paused before the big reveal, Grandma got so excited about the bounty and elegance that she yelled out, "It's good to be rich." The uncle who was hosting seemed mortified, but my husband was in love, and not just with me. So graduates, take it from my grandmother, do not be afraid to create your own rules when necessary. She also had a very particular way of talking about the trauma of the past. She was unsparing about the devastation, but nearly every Holocaust story she told had a common theme, which is that she, Hannah Cantor, was the heroine. She highlighted her daring, her cunning, the time she pulled her sisters out of a line bound for execution, how she warned my grandfather from returning to his hometown. To hear Grandma tell it, she had been a kind of almost teenage Holocaust superheroine, outwitting the Nazis again and again. Do I really think it's true that my grandmother was more quick-witted than the people who died? I don't think so. But her narrative had a purpose, which is that it kept her far saner than the many survivors who lost themselves to psychological problems after the war. Her boasts were a way of asserting agency and a shield against survivors' guilt. So many of the survivors we knew became obsessed with the questions of why they had made it, but she decided that she was not going to spend her life answering the unanswerable. So graduates, that is my second suggestion to you. As the great writer Nora Ephron once put it, and we're putting this in terms of women, but it applies to everybody. Ephron said, "Above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim." Now, like most people, I keep my personal and my professional life separate. I don't talk about my grandmother as I do interviews or write stories, but one of my favorite things about being a journalist is that it has brought me deeply into the lives of some extraordinary people. Not just the famous ones, although some of them are very nice. I'm talking about the people who remind me a little bit of my grandmother because they've taken the struggle they've experienced and they've managed to do something extraordinary with it. I want to tell you about a woman I met during the summer of 2017. Her name is Laura Madden. She is and was a stay-at-home mother in Wales. She hadn't worked in a bunch of years, and when I called her, she actually felt that her life was falling apart. She was getting divorced. There were 4 kids to take care of. And even worse than that, she had also been fighting breast cancer. She had been done with a stage of treatment, but she had more surgeries yet ahead. And so I called this woman, I don't know, out of the blue, one day that summer. I surprised her on the phone, as I often do with people. And I had to ask her a difficult question, even though I didn't know her. I had to say, Laura, did Harvey Weinstein ever cross a line with you? Years before, when she had been much younger, Laura Madden had been an assistant to Harvey Weinstein in the UK. And listen, Laura Madden had every reason in the world not to tell me the truth. She did, in fact, have a really horrible story about Harvey Weinstein, but to trust a stranger with that story, to take that risk, she hadn't done anything wrong in that instance. She had been very young. So why was it on her all of these years later to divulge this secret to a stranger in New York, and to do the really hard work of getting this story properly told? As journalists, we come across fear of telling the truth all the time. The idea that the truth is dangerous, that we're going to hurt somebody by telling it. This idea is so deeply planted in our culture. As children, we're taught to revile tattletales. When we become professionals, many of us learn to be loyalists. We see that the people who are successful are usually the people who are discreet. Some of us even sign the routine company NDAs that are so prevalent today, and we come to internalize their logic. Telling the truth is destructive. Sharing information gets you in trouble. Worse than that, when Megan and I started out on the Harvey Weinstein story, many of the women we wanted to speak with were actually legally prohibited from speaking with us. Not Laura, but many other assistants were. They had signed settlements, meaning that they had gotten some recompense. They had gotten some money in exchange for what had happened. But to do that, they had paid a terrible price, which is that they had literally agreed that they would never tell anybody else, not a single soul, not a future husband, not their sister, about their own life experiences. So beyond the fear of telling the truth, there was actually a real argument that the story wasn't going to result in anything happening at all. The history on this issue was a history of lack of accountability on the left and on the right. Clarence Thomas, Bill Clinton, activists like Tarana Burke, who had founded the Me Too movement years before, had been working with enormous dedication on behalf of victims for years, but their observations often went unheeded. In the course of making those early phone calls on the Weinstein story, sometimes to Hollywood executives, I had to sit through lectures in which people explained to me with a straight face that sexual harassment was just part of Hollywood. They would say, Jody, this is what Hollywood's been from the beginning. It's a conveyor belt of beautiful young women who come to Los Angeles desperate to be granted work by the powerful men who write and produce these cultural products. They would always interject at this point, and Jody, I'm a big feminist. And then they would say, listen, you're not a part of our industry. You're a stranger to this, but I can tell you that sexual harassment, unfortunately, has been baked into this system from the beginning. And even if you get your little story, which you won't, they would always add, nothing will ever change. Whatever Harvey Weinstein did or didn't do with women, that was how Hollywood worked, that was how life worked, and nothing would ever change and nobody would care. So that is the set of ideas that Laura Madden and I were up against when we began to have a very first tentative phone conversation. She was very hesitant, she was very scared, but just a little bit, she started to tell me a tiny bit of the truth on that first day I called her. And by the way, that's how it works. Almost nobody tells you the full account in a first conversation. Usually it's a series, a kind of gradual opening. And when I was talking to Laura, I sensed something very special about her. She had some of the qualities of sources that we look for, in which, for example, she admitted what she didn't know. She acknowledged that this had taken place many years before. But there was a certain spine, a certain integrity that I could begin to hear on the phone. And so I did what we do. I got on a plane. I went to the southwest corner of England, and I'm not ashamed to say that I basically crashed Laura Madden's summer vacation. And on a beautiful day at the beach, she stepped away from her children and stepped away from the surf and sat down and told me more of the story. When I went back to New York, we stayed in touch. Megan and I were investigating, looking at dozens of stories, talking to some big Hollywood stars, looking for evidence about what happened. And so Laura and I would just talk every week or so. And what I would do is I would just slowly try to build her confidence in telling the truth. I couldn't tell her who else I was speaking with, of course, but I could make it clear to her that there was a pattern here, that this was part of something much larger. And it was clear that on the one hand, she really wanted to say something. She did not want to let this behavior go unaddressed, but she was very, very scared of taking this risk. So by the time Megan and I were ready to publish this story in October of 2017, we had a lot of evidence. We had 25 years worth of allegations. We had company memos, human resources records that had been handed to us. We had the legal and financial trail of the settlements. We had former Miramax employees talking about the fact that this behavior had happened and that nobody had done anything about it. But what we did not have fully was women talking in interviews on the record about their own experiences. I know it's hard to remember now that so many women have come forward, but this was the hardest element of the story to get. All I had was Laura on the end of a phone line to Wales, considering telling her story, but also wavering. I was also planning on making a last-minute appeal to Ashley Judd, the actress, but I wasn't sure how that was going to go. So when it came to making sure that Laura could be part of the story, there was another obstacle, which is that her second breast cancer surgery was scheduled for right around the time the story was going to be published. And at that point, I have to tell you, even though it's my job to push people to tell the truth, I really began to consider my own ethical obligations to this woman. She was undergoing her second breast cancer surgery in just a short while. We knew this story was going to get some amount of attention and that Weinstein could be very vindictive. Was it right to ask a woman in this situation to really be the very first on the entire planet to go on the record about Harvey Weinstein? So I made the pitch to Ashley Judd, who said she would call me back the next day. And then the next morning, I woke up to the following note from Laura Madden. She had called her daughters in Wales into the kitchen the night before, and for the first time, she told these teenagers what Harvey Weinstein had really done to her. And she had been very afraid to tell them, but they not only reacted with sympathy and support, but they started telling her about bad things that had happened to girls at school, stories they had never revealed to their own mother. So the note I got from Laura, the next morning said, I'm going to read you the actual email. She said, I feel obliged to talk about the events that happened to me at Miramax, as I realize I'm in the fortunate position of not being employed in the film business, and so my livelihood won't be affected. I'm also not one of those who have been silenced, even though individuals under Harvey Weinstein have tried to persuade me to be silent. I do not have a gagging order against me either. I feel I am speaking out on behalf of women who can't, because their livelihoods or marriages may be affected. I'm the mother of 3 daughters, and I do not want them to have to accept this kind of bullying behavior in any setting as normal. I have been through life-changing health issues and know that time is precious and confronting bullies is important. My family are all supportive of my decision. I am happy to go on record. And that, my friends, is the story of how the very first woman to go on the record about Harvey Weinstein made her decision. She scarcely imagined the effect that she and Ashley Judd, who joined her on the record, would have. The ripples, the protests, the changes, the laws that shifted, all of the people who joined her. Today, Harvey Weinstein is in prison, and Laura Madden is regarded as a hero. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So what I would love you to remember from that story is, first of all, take the right risks in life. The right risks. The right risks. Never underestimate just how well things can turn out. And also, never, never, never be afraid to tell the truth when the moment is crucial. So I want to finish today by telling you about someone else, because I'm a little afraid you're going to hear the Weinstein story and say, that story is 1 in a million. This is about a woman named Ann Castillo who lives here in New Jersey. She's a physical therapist, and I met her during those early, scary first days of COVID. The first thing I could see about Anne is that her family had a special warmth and intimacy. Her family, she and her husband, Alberto, were immigrants from the Philippines. They lived in a basement apartment near the Woodbridge Mall. They lived a modest life with 2 kids. Anne did her physical therapy work. Her husband, Alberto, worked for Amazon. They were saving for a house. And there was something special about that family, a kind of warmth and devotion. You could see it as soon as you walked into that little apartment, which had pictures of their family each year wearing a series of goofier and goofier Halloween costumes. Alberto loved working at Amazon. The company seemed so advanced and sophisticated to him, so high-tech. It really embodied a lot of his dreams, and he enjoyed his work. He had real companionship with some of his colleagues, and this family was leaping at every opportunity for their kids. When COVID hit, Alberto Castillo continued reporting to the Amazon warehouse. It wasn't clear what the right thing to do was. Communication was very confusing. The company was both saying that there was mandatory overtime and telling people that it was okay to stay home. Alberto felt a sense of duty, his wife later told me, and so he kept reporting to work. And one day, very early in COVID, he told her that he didn't feel okay. He didn't know exactly what had happened or where he had gotten sick, but he went downhill very quickly. And what ensued was basically the worst case of COVID that I've ever heard about, short of death. His body reacted really badly to the virus. He had a stroke that left him severely incapacitated, nearly brain dead. As he lay in the hospital, Anne found it almost impossible to get in touch with her employer, which is how I had met her. My colleagues and I were reporting on Amazon, and we were just asking the question, what is this crisis like for Amazon's employees? On the one hand, we're so dependent on this company at this time because we're all getting deliveries at home. But on the other hand, what is actually going on inside these warehouses where people are still going to work every day? What Anne found so confusing is that it didn't seem that anybody at the company he had so loyally worked for really understood what had happened to him. There was little to no outreach, very, very minimal, and even weirder, she was getting these kind of automated replies and messages that said that the company expected him back at work. She tried to get through to Amazon systems. She had been unsuccessful, and she essentially had a question. Does anyone at Amazon, beyond an isolated conversation or two, understand or care what happened to my husband? When I started talking to Anne, Alberto was still hospitalized. It was the fall of 2021. There were no vaccines. Her 2 young children were still at home. They visited Mr. Castillo in facilities where they stood at the window and they played music, hoping that he would be able to hear something. On Father's Day, the spring before, they had stood outside the medical facility holding up signs that they knew he would never be able to read. But Anne was still getting these uncomprehending messages from Amazon, and she shared them with us so that we could try to answer this question of what was truly going on with this company and its employees during the virus. Anne had a great quality, which is that she saved everything. She gave us every piece of paper, every record she had. And in that basement apartment, she even gave me the honor of being there when the medical facility brought Alberto home. As we pored over every record, and thanks to Anne's devotion, we were able to come up with a trail of how the company had treated Alberto, and we were able to expand it and to piece it together. We saw patterns at Amazon that stretched from Seattle to Costa Rica to employees all over the country, and we connected it with some information we already had. And what we came to understand is that Amazon's human resources systems were buckling during the pandemic. This company that was so flawless when it came to packages wasn't handling people with quite the same care. It had built up these systems as the company had grown quickly, but one system wasn't necessarily talking to the other. There were gaps. We eventually learned, in part by using the information that Anne had given us, that as a result of these problems, Amazon hadn't just lost track of people like Alberto. For years before the pandemic, the company had been mistakenly firing employees, not in person but by computer. One of the biggest problems was with its leave systems. People who requested a leave, often vulnerable people who had some illness or challenge, could be marked as a no-show. They could be marked derelict and lose their job. In doing this reporting, we were not out to get Amazon. We understood that these jobs were extremely valuable, and we only wanted the truth. But in the darkness of the pandemic, we were able to publish those stories, in part because Anne Castillo had saved every record and because she had told us the truth. So I am really sorry to tell you that Alberto Castillo has now passed away. And I just want to tell you the end of this story. Alberto Castillo has now passed away. My grandmother is gone as well. Thank God Laura Madden has defeated breast cancer, and she's just fine. Thank you. But I hope that even during your day of celebration, these stories stay with you, and that someday, as you picture today and you tell your kids about it, and you look back at the photographs, I hope that one of the things you will remember is this mixture of sadness and joy and truth. None of you got quite the graduate school years you bargained for, and yet I believe that you will take with you the hard-won knowledge, the sensitivity you've gained, and do great things with it. May you always be able to translate the bad to the good. May you always speak the truth about what happened. May your challenges only increase your joy. May all of us accept that in life the good and the bad are mixed. And I hope that for you, part of the sweetness of today is the recognition of what it took to get here. I look forward to reading your stories one day, and thank you so much.
Jody, you're an inspiration to students here at Kean and across the nation. We are proud to present you with the Kean Medal, the highest honor bestowed by Kean University. I am joined by Chair Faster. Jody, thank you for your heroism, thank you for your courage, and thank you for telling us your story. Thank you. Let's show some decorum, people. Thank you. This is their day. Please welcome to the podium Dr. David Bursow, Kean's Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Bursow.
Thank you, Dr. Repillette. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege today to acknowledge three groups of people who deserve our special recognition. Up first, graduates of distinction. Graduates of distinction have a perfect 4.0 grade point average and commendation on the comprehensive exam. Will all of the graduates of distinction please rise? Thank you for your extraordinary accomplishments. You may now be seated. Next, we would like to acknowledge those students who are not joining us today here at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, but are watching live stream. We celebrate your accomplishments as much as anyone in the room with us here today. Enjoy this moment with family and friends wherever you are. Next, I would also like to recognize university employees who earned their degrees at Kean and the dependents of those employees who are part of this Kean family. They have all made a special commitment to not only take pride in their connection to Kean, but to trust this great university with the most valuable tool in any marketplace, a world-class education. Would all dependents of Kean employees who are graduating please rise? Now, would all Kean employees who are graduating please rise? Let's acknowledge these extraordinary members of our Cougar family. Thank you very much. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce your class of 2023 graduate student with distinction, James Crowell. James will be graduating with a Master of Science in Accounting with a 4.0 GPA. In addition to his studies, James also served as a graduate assistant in Kean's budget office, no mean feat while working on his degree. We thank James for his dedication to Kean, and we look forward to seeing how high this wonderful Cougar climbs. Please join me in welcoming James to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start by congratulating the entire graduate class of 2023. It is an honor and a privilege to be your commencement speaker. What do the words "go above and beyond" mean to you? You may think that this means to simply exceed expectations, but it goes far deeper than that. As we all know, it consists of overcoming various challenges, hours upon hours of hard work and dedication, and maybe just a little bit of procrastination. The great Hall of Fame coach Vince Lombardi said it best. Let me tell you what winning means. You're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. Now, I know what you're thinking. Despite the common stereotype that us accountants are the furthest things from athletes, his ideas do still hold true no matter the discipline. Winning for all of us here today consists of meeting the next milestone towards going above and beyond in our careers. As graduation is the next step towards going above and beyond, it is important to thank everyone who has helped us achieve our goals. To all of the professors we have had the honor to learn from, as well as the entirety of the Kean University faculty who makes the university run, thank you. To all of our peers we have had the honor to learn alongside and create many memories with along the way, thank you. During my time in graduate school, I had the opportunity to work as a graduate assistant with the university's budget office. Being able to contribute to the behind-the-scenes work that makes the university run has provided me with a great foundation to begin my career. I would like to say thank you to Patricia Powell, Jennifer Strahan, and the entire general accounting and budget departments for sharing their knowledge with me. To all of our family members, including extended family, thank you for always being there for us through all of our challenges and successes. To my dad and my sister, thank you for being there every day and always looking for different ways to support me. On a day like today, I think about my mother. 2 years ago, as I was finishing my bachelor's degree, I lost my mother to the COVID pandemic. Mom, I wish you could be here today for this achievement, as I know how proud you would be. As an elementary school teacher, my mother taught me As an elementary school teacher, my mother taught me from a young age the value of education and the importance of always giving my best effort. The theme of this speech, "Go Above and Beyond," were the words that my mother told me countless times since the day I was born. It is important for all of us to know that those who are no longer with us are smiling as they watch us graduate here today. I'd like to leave everyone with one final challenge as we conclude our time at Kean University. In every phase of your life, from your career to your personal life, no matter the obstacles you face or the work that lies ahead, go above and beyond. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to the graduate class of 2023.
Thank you, James. Now, please welcome your graduate student government president, Fatima Samsudeen. Fatima is graduating with a Master of Social Work. Fatima, please come forward.
Welcome, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, friends, and the graduating class of 2023. Before I begin, I would like to dedicate this speech to my grandfather, Abdul Quddus, whose presence played a significant role in my life before he passed away last year. He is dearly missed. Graduates, congratulations on a monumental milestone. I am honored and privileged to stand before you today to celebrate this massive accomplishment, along with those who supported you. We have all been on our own individual journeys here at Kean University, and though I cannot speak for what each of our individual journeys have held, I will leave you with this. Hold on to the values that you have been instilled, for they will guide you through any challenge. One value that stands out as a social work student is the importance of human relationships. All of you here today have formed, created, and built relationships with your peers campus leaders, and mentors. As you embark on your next journey, seek to lean on the relationships that you have fostered, as they are the foundation of your success and will drive the change that you seek to make in the future. Remember, as Ms. Frizzle once said, take chances, make mistakes, and get messy, as each new relationship that you begin to create will have its own set of trials and tribulations that make you rise. Similar to all of you, I have also had the opportunity to form, create, and foster relationships that have been the epitome of my success. To my family, friends, and professional mentors, thank you for being the most important relationships that I have had. If not for all of you, I would not be where I am today. Your guidance, support, and dedication have not gone unnoticed, as it has made a tremendous impact on the journey that I have had at Kean University. Congratulations, class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. It is now my pleasure to introduce the man who heads the organization that, as Chairman Fastuk said, you will soon join upon conferral of your degrees. And believe me, he won't let you out of the hall without signing on the dotted line, the president of the Kean Alumni Association, Mr. Ed Esposito.
Congratulations, graduates. I'm delighted to be here today, not only to celebrate your graduation, but also your induction into the Kean Alumni Association, which happens at the end of this ceremony. We look forward to a long and happy future together. Congratulations. As you soon will be Kean University alumni, please join singer Zariah Hajjaj, who is graduating on Thursday with a Bachelor of Arts in Music and Performance, and signer Theodoridine Daedalus Major, who is graduating today with a Master's of Arts in Speech Language Pathology, as we perform the alma mater. Please rise and refer to the printed lyrics that can be found on the inside cover of the last page of your program.
Forward toward our horizon low, we will trust with pride in our education, raising our flag of silver and blue. To Kean we will always be true. The spark of knowledge has ignited within us. We go forward, spreading light to all around us. Our future is clear, and we're grateful to thee. To Kean we sing our loyalty. So we rally round and stand here before her, the pride of the Garden State, with reverence and honor, knowing our purpose is strong and true. We lift our voices and we rejoice in Kean University.
I think I know the answer to this next question. Are you ready? Okay, it's time. We will now proceed with the conferral of degrees. Will the dissertation chairs, now listen up, I gotta get this right. Will the dissertation chairs and the doctoral candidates please make your way to the stage? Will today's readers please move to the side podium? Will Dr. Birdsall and Dr. Repollet please come forward to congratulate our doctoral candidates? Dissertation chairs, as you walk up to the stage, please present the cards for the students that you're hooding to the reader at the side podium. Each doctoral degree will be announced, followed by the name of the dissertation chairs and the names of the students who are participating in that discipline. Students, as the student before you is being hooded, please be prepared to hand your academic regalia in the instructed position to your dissertation chair so that you can be hooded while your name is being called. After you've been hooded, please exit the stage. Are we ready? Readers, let's begin.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Jennifer Gardner.
Gina Marie Santomo.
Angelica Cattuso.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Victor Camacho.
Olivia Volpetti.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Zahava Friedman.
Jacqueline Rose Pierre.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree. They will be hooded by Dr. Danielle Senti, representing their dissertation chair, Dr. Dina Prisco.
Sarah Frommer.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Psychology, School and Clinical Psychology degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. David Brandwein.
Michael Paul O'Kane.
Lindsay Rose Wilkinson.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology, School and Clinical Psychology degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Carrie Giordano.
Victoria L. Intera.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology, School and Clinical Psychology degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Adrian Garro.
Danielle R. Fishman.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology, School and Clinical Psychology degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Aaron Gooby.
Dominique Moselle Remnick.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology, School and Clinical Psychology degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Jennifer Lerner.
Emily Lynn Sauer.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology, School and Clinical Psychology degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Donald Marks.
Karen M. Kleiman.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Raphael Enoa.
Richard Hanna.
Donna Marie Caris.
Danielle M. Dorta.
Zarna Nepal Shah.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Effie Christie.
Cheryl Lundy Swift.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Education, Educational. The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Stephen Locascio.
Jason Joyce Brown.
Nairi Katigwa Sherman.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology, Nursing Educational Leadership degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Ithal Al-Mazumi.
Cecile Goles Ganillo.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Speech Language Pathology degree. They will be hooded by their doctoral chair, Dr. Sarah Patton.
Stephanie Carrington Brown.
Rosangela Catalano.
Elizabeth Marie Del Pino.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Speech Language Pathology degree. They will be hooded by their doctoral chair, Dr. Iyad Ghanim.
Sarah M. Elzayat.
Zoya Tesaluskov.
Alina Mackison.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Psychology in Counseling and Supervision degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Michael Bobbitt.
Wilson Wei Bong Ing.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Psychology in Counseling and Supervision degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Jane Weber.
Kareem Michael McKenzie.
Cynthia Lynn Hovel.
Roman J. Petroselli.
Jeanette Taruya.
The following student is a candidate for a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Supervision degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Jennifer Vinces Kua.
Jose M. Lowe.
The following students are candidates for a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. They will be hooded by their dissertation chair, Dr. Elizabeth Locke.
Brooke Aldridge.
Sabine Alexis.
Marissa Nicole Otera.
Ezra Boskert.
Angeli D. Delphin.
Jamie A. Ferreira.
Taj Francis Fitzpatrick.
Michael Haddad.
Mora A. Ibrahim.
Anita Awinski.
Said Val Genti.
David Joseph Karg.
Danielle Marie Lesset.
Ashlyn K. Martier.
Kyle S. McIntyre.
Jennifer Middleton.
Alisa Marie Nasty.
Elizabeth Pupchera.
Freya Puxted.
Rachel Catherine Sahagan.
Please welcome Dr. Birdsell back to the podium.
Will everyone please join me again in offering warm congratulations to all of the doctoral recipients for 2023. We will now proceed with the conferral of degrees for our master's candidates. Graduates, as you walk up to the stage, please present your name card to the reader at the side podium. After your name is read, you are welcome to, but not required, to shake hands, fist bumps, small happy dances, solemn nods, welcome. Please note that after you finish, you should return to your seat. Your graduations are actually official once the president returns to the podium and confers your degree once everyone has crossed the stage. And with that, readers, please continue.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in psychology.
Nicole Leah Klein.
Brianne Marie DeMild.
Janine Linda Ahmad.
Jessica R. Freelinghouse.
Sarah Fikri.
Erica Alexandra Ferreira.
Tatiana Adena Valentin.
Nicholas Zadoti.
Caitlin Ann Ganazdowski.
Brianna M. Lally.
Taylor Gautier.
Bria Codgel.
Latifa M. Truesdale.
Javana Alexandria Wynn.
Denisha K. Givens.
Fatima Roshanatira Howard.
Dominique S. Banks.
Belen Suley Higueras.
Moksha A. Mahant.
Jacques H. Janvier.
Emily Hernandez.
Sakil A. Johnson.
Maya Anissa Arnold.
Henry Manzanet.
Tara Lynn Bogota.
Jennifer King.
Samira S. Gibbs.
Tiffany C. Obiukwu.
Grace M. Roki Wong.
Lauren Rose Ventriglia.
Serena Sadlichek.
Eloise Lesueur.
Shamir Mayo Skipworth Hansen.
Roxanne Christina Lee Salmon.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Forensic Psychology.
Giselle Karina Minomoya.
Alexis Marie Hardgrove.
Amanda Jenna Amodio.
Julienne Marie Rodriguez.
Miranda Alexis Lopez.
Adriana Kasuba.
Claire Bridget Wall.
Catherine Joan Williams.
Mei Hoa Hong.
Bianca Giselle Sarmiento.
Rebecca Nicole Vargas.
Megan Ann Kelly.
Brianna Marie Rivera.
Zoe Christina Blackwell.
Alexandra Ferreira.
Carissa Angela Vuno.
Jordan Sierra Thompson.
Samantha N. Riccardi.
Emily Romer.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Marriage and Family Therapy.
Susan M. McHale.
Dina Beckford.
Caitlin Marie Wells.
Tibian Hassan.
Gabriela Marie Resende.
Jasmine Elise Chambers.
Pilar Maria Ho.
Shadea Tucker.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Holocaust and Genocide Studies.
Madeline Rosen Solomon.
Megan Ellen Olson.
Kira Marcy Dagot.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Sociology and Social Justice.
Seven Goddess Darling Allen.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Communication Studies.
Amari Jalan Morrow.
Stephen Jiang.
Nicole G. Rivera.
Alyssa T. Edgar.
Tyra D. Holly.
Marta S. Antunes.
Michaela Gabrielle Mirabella.
Julia Adele Stasil.
Christina Elizabeth Perez.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in English Writing Studies.
Catherine L. Birchfield.
Kifa Said Ayesh.
Chelsea L. Gray.
Edna Valentina Orozco Campo.
Brandon Julian Machado.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Fine Arts Studio.
Eric C. Mealy.
Linda Anelli Davis.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Biotechnology Science.
Steven Jesus Almazan.
Abena Amankawa.
Oriolua Awoleye.
Eloisa L. Franco.
Matthew Diaz.
Ryan Joseph Leo.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Computer Information Systems.
Anibeli A. Torres.
Juan Jose Cardona.
George Jimenez.
Janil Ashukamar Shah.
Pankati R. Patel.
Uko Etienne Ebrezo.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Science and Technology.
Minas John Mikros.
Grace M. Nagoy.
Brandon Stephen Tabori.
Nasir Talib Gabriel.
Nasim Tayer Gabriel.
Zyler P. Ferreris.
Sunet Akash Tisera.
Alexander Escobar.
Juan.
Bar Ifrak.
Stephanie Rojas.
Ashley Katiana Moscadin.
Dayanara Leivas Ramos.
Florencia Nicole Burian.
Jessica A. Bernard.
Melissa Lynn Yatako.
Joseph Anthony Fagan.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Instruction and Curriculum STEM.
Juan Valencia.
Gonzalo Miguel Arlarcon.
Jacqueline Sonia Campos.
Sarah Marie Bambilla.
Jalen Shea Alexis Mira Bautista.
Wendy J. Galvez Hernandez.
Maria Teresa Rosanio.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Architecture degree.
Eric D. Tapia.
Gladys Y. Adorno.
Sabrine Warya.
Umberto C. Gavino.
Anthony Justin Vernacchio.
Jonathan P. Medeiros.
Corey Joseph Kazmarski.
Todd Martin Blackburn.
Ángel de los Santos.
Diana Oberto.
Beatrice M. Contreras.
Bridget S. Hernandez.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Social Work degree.
Atasia Sherelle Ingram.
Tierra C. Briggs.
Sierra Chanel Butler.
Rachel J. Nieder.
Ashley Isamar Bautista Vasquez.
Olivia P. Foster Rosario.
Elsa Alvarado.
Fatima A. Sassoudin.
Karina Melissa Evans.
Jasmine Alexis Hector.
Kenneth Bay.
Christelle L. Majad.
Lucy Ann Zaragoza.
Yesenia Torres.
Martha Renza.
Emily Molina.
Gianila K. Menendez.
Gerard Coteria.
Gabrielle M. Gonzalez.
Lauren Rosemarie Grossmith.
Maria F. Squicciarini.
Alexandra Catalano.
Karina Marie Lizo.
Allison Samantha Bickoff.
Stephanie Elizabeth Morel.
Tiffany Marche Fisher.
Elvis Sarita Duran.
Nikki Townsend.
Sarah Kirsch.
Marissa Mary Lutz.
Bisatare Lutifidu.
Zandra Sabrina Thomas.
Natasha M. Riley.
Deanna Brooke.
Kafreen Wilson Wint.
Danielle Gonzalez.
Brianna S. Richardson.
Natasha Makira Smith.
Maria Luisa Nunez.
Jolita N. Robertson.
Kimberly V. Wint.
Rebecca Alexandra Rodriguez.
Ciara Van Dyke.
Candice Cottrell Gibbs.
Tiara Pert.
Lacey Ann Matoya Taylor.
Jasmine Desiree Coleman.
Stephen M. Allen.
Kevin Alexander Ramirez.
Melanie Claire Oliveira.
Grace Catherine O'Brien.
Caterina Sofia Cordero.
Ruth Jezebel Ruiz.
Tiana A. Smith.
Sean Daniel Prodzik.
Mary H. Hay.
Wilyeris Reyes.
Justine Marie Arguz.
Jocelyn Castellanos.
Vanessa Nunez.
Kristen Lizette Mera.
Safa M. Basbi.
Jamila Fatima Ward.
Quintessa McCullen.
Jasmine Giraldo.
Alma B. Campos.
Janeja Ivory.
Taquasia Wolf.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Speech Language Pathology.
Layla Luz Oliveira.
Natalie H. Abram.
Tiffany Anele.
Emily M. Gavarni.
Krista Alexis Huzola.
Brianna R. Fortino.
Teresa A. McCann.
Francilas Hernandez.
Danielle P. Bowles.
Mary Gagliardotto.
Annalise Carano.
Stuart Thomas Smith.
Emma Kelly.
Jordan Beth Shiner.
Timitope Rebecca Arbash.
Gavi Daniela Meroquin.
Daniela Anis Sablan Cepedes.
Mary Azar.
Ashley Lynn Reha.
Rodney S. Tucker.
Melina Mejia.
Renee Chetkinski.
Sherilyn Nunez.
Ume Kalsum.
Kiara DeJesus.
Casey Elaine Wisniewski.
Theodorine Detsilas.
Aklima Ali.
Zaina Robinson.
Luciana Lertura.
Brielle Alana Oliver.
Julia McIver.
Madison L. Martino.
Jacqueline Jean DiCarluccio.
Alyssa Rose Macaluso.
Kaylee M. Kelly.
Claire A. Quiones.
Catherine Devi Roman. Gianna Teresa Farrow.
Christina Vitali.
Danielle Alexa Maramar.
Tamar Ivana Eskenazi.
Larissa R. Thomas.
Olivia Ann Nielsen.
Lilibeth Castillo.
Zoya Jaweed.
Reham Marbuli.
Anita Fatik.
Maria Castro.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science in Nursing degree.
Rose A. Tarantino.
Melissa Ann Kirk.
Danielle Fitzgerald.
Victoria A. Fawley.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in counseling.
Brielle K. Small.
Scott Shanley.
Jessica M. Taylor.
Ilonska Anatabel Rivas.
Ebeth Romero.
Francis Chapman.
Dante E. Dennis.
Nicolette Martins Pinto.
Ivan A. Arbulu.
Hafita Rebi Sadeh.
Inez V. Pinto.
Sarah da Conceição Enriquez.
Nadine Abdelaziz.
Sean Flatt.
Ashley Nicole Bartlett.
Christina Carestis.
Jessica Montalto.
Charles E. Delgado.
Stephen Acosta.
Raúl Rivera.
Ethel Akpin Atifo.
Samaya Daya Simpson.
Olima Cannon Horton.
Kevin Wilson.
Stacy Denise Lewis.
Lorgie Brutus.
Shellen N. Walker.
Valentina Muffla.
Elizabeth Jane Zelaya.
Kristen Marie Nagy.
Jamie Lee Marcioni.
Caitlin N. Miranda.
Yusuf M. Ibrahim.
Crystal Samuel.
Joneed Walton.
John Smith Jeffries.
Tamika S. Pickett.
Michael Drew Walker.
Alicia Michelle Williams.
Olivia Artrice Shorter.
Yasmin Zanae Smith.
Susan Gisela Lusky.
Akeem Anthony Carto.
Shania Matthews.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Educational Psychology.
Jacqueline Hammond.
Amanda T. Pallardi.
Leslie Taylor Reagan.
Mariah L. Laster.
Zuri Janine Gill.
Kai Primus Dawson.
Samantha Richardson.
Daisy Janet Adorno.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Exercise Science.
Brinda Ramesh R. Patel.
Frances Jennifer McBrien.
Imran Kayani.
Jack Garudo.
Madeline Rose Carlson.
Karina Coutinho Alves.
Stephen Ada.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Genetic Counseling.
Janelle L. Barbie.
Amanda Jane Rentis.
Marissa L. Jensen.
Megan Keeney.
Deborah Paul.
McKenna Nicole Green.
Morgan Secoy.
Jessica L. Hopkins.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in Occupational Therapy.
Lauren Ashley Walker.
Megan Donnelly.
Leandro Miguel Rodriguez.
Nicole R. Reynolds.
Ana Belén Torres.
Kirsten N. Gabrinsky.
Giovanna Cristina Garcia.
Bian Isa.
Julia Teresa Coyle.
Serena Marie Figueres.
Genesis Isabel Olecha.
Caitlin Elizabeth Boyce.
Karine Pineda.
Monica E. Luciana.
Jordan Cohen.
Bianca Marie Salamat.
Victoria First.
Jessica V. Wisaki.
Domenica M. Modica.
Stephanie Sabrina Conbos.
Elisa Nicole Molinari.
Talia Del Carmen Nuesi.
Kimberly Churumpi.
Ashley Alexis Robinson.
The following students are candidates for a professional diploma in school psychology.
Lisa Marie Blauer.
Christina DeChico. Christina Maricela Godoy.
Stephanie Camacho.
Tahira A. Wilcox.
Kathleen B. Lynch.
Kiera Marie Vidal.
Disanara Alexandra Cruz Tomala.
Geraldine Romero.
Claire Elizabeth Sheets.
Sophia Francine Russo.
Brianna E. O'Donnell.
Tenush Atif.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Educational Administration.
Stephanie Lynn Bowers.
Jamie Lee Carlson.
Kason K. Jackson.
Stephanie Orejula.
Bianca Morosi.
Elizabeth Neri Falkowski.
Darshna Amarni.
Debbie A. Gaspar.
Mary Ellen Madden.
Kimberly Tillman Wade Spruill.
Laurel Ann Hans.
Richard Randall.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Instruction and Curriculum.
Gabriella Leslie Bailey.
Jennifer Solano.
Michelle Eng.
Carolina Guzman Gomez.
Denise Andrea Dressels.
Moody Felisma.
Lester Chiguero.
Erica Alonzo Medel.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Special Education.
Shamika Monique Funches.
Carrie Lynn Braganewski.
Shannon Nicole Berry.
Martin Joseph Ward.
Dallas Samantha Benevent.
Alyssa Fernandez.
Natalie M. Bratash.
Lorena Calderon.
Michelle Gray.
Taylor Loren Dolan.
Sabika Batul Mehdi.
Emily K. Ortega.
Kayla Michelle DeLeo.
Tatiana Her.
Elizabeth Garcia.
Helen A. Gomez.
Carol A. Nemard McNeil.
Denise Peterson.
Mercy Chiazo Emun Mondion.
Juan G. Rodriguez.
David Matthew Montalvo.
Jose Bote.
Nicole Elizabeth O'Donnell.
Kayla M. Velez.
Tanisha Lachelle Beckham.
Courtney Simone Caro.
Desiree R. Grant.
Perry A. Wiggins.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Science degree in accounting.
Salvatore A. Giordano.
Daniti H. De Silva.
Raid S. Argul.
Yorchi Thomas.
Mickey DeCosta Miria.
Jose Daniel Deli Paoli.
James R. Crowell.
Zana Sherbakova.
Marina Nassif.
Arthur Andrew DeSarno.
Alfredo Fragre.
Joanna Lynn Cowan.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Arts degree in Criminal Justice.
Anlika Taylor.
Dorcas Alwatasin Alasa.
Dhruvesh Soni.
Chris Sanchez.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Business Administration degree.
Diana M. Mendez.
Morgan Mayo.
Angelica Lettini.
Yarimar Bolinha.
Isra Khan Shafiq.
Avneet Kaur Bedi.
Jennifer Melania Mendieta.
Catherine Laleshki Kaye Bustamante.
Waleska Giselle McLafferty.
Viviane Montenegro.
Sarah Sameh Fazi Ra.
Vincent J. Campbell.
Justin George Defenbach.
Justin Ronald Taylor.
Astrid D. Shakam.
Anne-Marie Tomasino.
Michelle Tarawal.
Shamir G. Montanez Johnson.
Daisy Arboleda.
Yan Lee.
Bukula Fonemiyalao Anibaba.
The following students are candidates for a Master of Public Administration degree.
Shanita Giselle Ray.
San Lur Kaylee Mudindia St. John.
Juliana Akashika Gardner.
Beatriz Noemi Bueno.
Sarah A. Mack.
Rosanna Silva.
Stephen Daniel Hedberg.
Emily Susan Gonzalez.
Felipe Andres Peralta.
Nadia Y. Walker.
Daye Akila Musi.
Crystal Isabel Ferrero.
Christopher Marrero.
Danielle Akela McDermott.
Susan Catherine Ruiz.
Kwabina Ohene Bansu.
Asun Fuaras.
Tyra S. Gibbs.
Danielle C. Wells.
Tamika McNeil. Candace Swepson.
Will the faculty and deans please rise? Will all the candidates for master's degrees, doctoral degrees, and professional diplomas please rise? By virtue of the authority delegated to me by the Kean University Board of Trustees, and in recognition of your attainments and completing the curriculum prescribed by your faculty, I am pleased to officially confer upon you the following degrees: Doctor of Education, Doctor of Occupational Therapy, Doctor of Philosophy and Nursing, Educational Leadership, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Supervision, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Psychology, Doctor of Speech Language Pathology, Master of Architects, Masters of Arts, Masters of Business Administration, Masters of Public Administration, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Social Work, Professional Diploma in Marriage and Family Therapy, and Professional Diploma in School Psychology. With all the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Finally, I know you're graduating with advanced degrees, but there's one thing I think we should all do together to celebrate this monumental occasion. I'm going to count to 3, and then you'll move your tassels from the right side of your cap to the left side. Everyone's tassels on the right? Are we ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, graduate of the class of 2020-23. You've done it, you've made it. Will the marshals please rise? Marshals, please rise. In a moment, the platform will lead the recessional down the aisle, followed by the faculty. Please keep the aisles clear and stay in your seats until instructed by the marshals to join the recessional. With the closing of this ceremony, I officially declare the 2023 graduate commencement now ended. Congratulations. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.